If you share or re-upload any video this year, it's got to be this video, because this video will make a big difference in the world, but only if you help out. This is Mike Mozart of Jeepers Media on YouTube, and I have to thank all my fans for thumbing up the question for Richard O'Dwyer. You know, the UK college student that's being extradited from the UK to the United States to face 5 to 10 years in prison solely for linking to copyrighted material? Because you all cared so much, you thumbed up the question, and President Obama responded to it. Well, kind of answered it. Here, listen, you'll see what I mean.
Mr. President, a lot of people are probably wondering what was the #1 voted question of all the 135,000 or so questions that were submitted. What was #1? It was actually a text question. I'm going to read it to you now. It comes from Michael Mozart in Connecticut, and he writes, "Why are you personally supporting the extradition of British citizen Richard O'Dwyer for solely linking to copyright infringing works using an extradition treaty designed to combat terrorism and bring terrorists to judgment in the U.S.? And for those of you who don't know who Richard O'Dwyer is, he's a British student. The Justice Department is apparently seeking to extradite him to the U.S. for copyright infringement.
Yeah, well, first of all, Steve, I'm not personally doing anything because...
Yeah, I'm reading exactly what you wrote.
But I want to make sure everybody understands.
Yeah.
You know, one of the ways our system works is that the president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions or extradition decisions, and this has been a decision by the Justice Department. What I can say broadly is that we want to make sure that intellectual property is protected. We want to make sure that you know, the creative works of people in this country aren't expropriated, but we want to do it in a way that's consistent with internet freedom. And we're just going to keep on working on it. You know, when SOPA came up on the Hill, we expressed some concerns about the way that the legislation had been written. Told folks, let's go back to the table and let's try to figure something out that works for everybody.
President Obama really didn't answer that question, but he really raised a lot of questions because he said one thing. He said he has no control over the prosecutions by the Department of Justice. He states that the president has no control. Wait, listen again.
The president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions or extradition decisions, and this has been a decision by the Justice Department.
The president has no control over prosecutions by the Department of Justice? Then why did he tell us that he wouldn't allow any prosecutions or actions based on the NDAA he signed New Year's Eve? Remember that law that lets the United States government just pick up people randomly on the street, put them in prison forever without any trials or lawyers? You remember that little law he sort of snuck through New Year's Eve that he signed even though he promised he wouldn't? Afterwards, when he got his hand caught in the law cookie jar, he said, "I shall never allow a prosecution to happen." But he just said he has no control over prosecutions by the Department of Justice. He has no control.
The president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions. The president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions.
President Obama said really wasn't factual anyway, because the president of the United States has ultimate control over prosecutions because he can pardon anyone he wishes at will without getting permission from anyone, and no one in the world can stop him.
The president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions.
So President Obama claims that he has no control over the Department of Justice, that he handpicked all of the high-ranking members, that he personally appointed to those positions from the RIAA, you know, the Recording Industry Association of America, plus a bunch of MPAA lawyers thrown in besides. So he has no control over them, so he's letting them run rampant. So he chose them knowing they would run slipshod over our entire intellectual property landscape. He put the fox in the hen house and gave them the keys. And he claims now he has no control.
The president doesn't get involved with prosecution decisions.
But you know what? I have a solution to this problem. If you look carefully at all this extradition paperwork to extradite Richard O'Dwyer to the United States to stand on this bogus trial for something that wasn't even illegal in the UK, the extradition was ordered by the MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America. They only have 6 freaking members: Walt Disney, Sony Pictures, Paramount Pictures, 20th Century Fox, Universal Studios, and Warner Brothers. Oh, it becomes so clear now the president didn't want his MPAA, Motion Picture Association of America, gravy train of donations to derail. Of course he skirted that issue. for them, because they're the ones extraditing Richard O'Dwyer. He could have mentioned that, but I guess each time he mentions the wrong thing, his campaign dollars go down. We've already heard about that from Chris Dodd, haven't we? You can make a difference sitting right where you are right now. Wouldn't you like to take part in something meaningful? All you need to do is have an app called Flickster. You can download it. It includes Rotten Tomatoes, the rating site. And you're going to get this app too. It's the International Movie Database. You can download this for just about every smartphone there is. You can also access both of these online for free. And you know what? You can log into both using your Facebook, and we're all going to rate movies together. Lots of them. It'll be fun. I saw this little post and go by in my Google Plus stream. Oh, they allow 13 and over now on Google Plus. Come follow me there so we can have fun there too. Look, TechCrunch, more than half of adults use cell phones for purchasing decisions during the holidays. That's right. Most people refer to ratings for movies and DVDs before they buy them. People who have never even heard of ACTA or SOPA and don't care less. We can affect their buying decisions and they don't even know it. Remember, only rate if you actually went to see the movie, because these sites don't have any way to tell if you actually did. And you know what? I have over 400,000 subscribers. I imagine that enough of you care enough about your future and the internet. I'll bet 60,000, 80,000, 100,000 of you will join in with all of Richard O'Dwyer's supporters in the UK to really make a big difference. Actually, go see one of those crappy-ass movies the first day it comes out. That'll kill a blockbuster weekend. It'll destroy it.